And that, gentlemen, I believe is our week 8 recap, trade deadline recap, and our week 9 preview. Thank you again
Well,
for everyone.
wait, hold on. We
Oh,
still got one more thing to do.
Brian, you are
All right.
so right. I totally forgot about this.
Okay. So this last little segment, I wanted to kind of start something. We don't need to be doing it every week, but if there's any trades in any of our leagues that we think are interesting or we have questions about,
Trade review.
it's trade review.
Yep.
We're throwing
So,
the red flags
um,
in trades.
I had a request by one of my coworkers that I'm in a work week or work league with. Um, he asked me to ask y'all what you think. Um, all
Terrible.
right, so it's a terrible trade.
It,
Um,
it is. It is honestly.
he is trying to pick up Laporta, and
Okay.
he has Kittle and all of his picks. So we go to round 5. He is a top end
Hmm.
contender. What pick and Kittle should he give for Laporta?
Oh, all right. Y'all gonna hate me for saying this. I think he should give up a 25 first and Kittle.
Dang, I'm that actually is shocking to me.
Here's why. Here's why.
I
Here's
don't know. I don't think you can. I don't think you can give that up if you have it.
so.
Laporta?
No, you're 25
Oh,
first
the
and
25
Kittle.
first.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
Laporta.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't give up that much.
You'll accept it, but I don't know if you can give it.
But here's why though. Kittle is so inconsistent in this offense to where he's going to go for 30 or he's going to go for point 30 at this point. And Laporta, to be honest with you, I am so invested as far as Laporta goes because he should not be doing this as a rookie. Like historically, like this is in completely brand new territory. So at this point, I'm like, if this is the base, barring injury, he could be the next big thing at tight end.
Well,
To
yeah,
where
he's
is
looking Kelsey-esque.
it's so rare though, like to get someone that can be an immediate contributor at the tight end position. To where I almost think you have to overspend because the resources are so scarce. Like if we want to go back to on a really bad take I had, like I had Chigo Conko at tight end 4 for the preseason, and look where that ended up. Like it can be a crapshoot if you don't get Kelsey, if you don't get Andrews, if you don't get Hawkinson. Now that I feel confident to say that we can firmly plant our flag with Laporta being the next great tight end. And that is
Yeah.
something in Dynasty I think can stabilize your team for years to where I think it's almost okay to give up a 25 first. I think if you want to negotiate a 25 second in Kittle is fine. But I think no matter what, like Laporta has to be like he has to be like you have to be willing to spend at this point because
Yeah.
there's only one other tight end in the draft, which is this year, which is Brock Bowers, who's being lauded, like heralded as the next great tight end. Besides that, I know I haven't watched everybody yet, but I don't think we're having a tight end prospect to that level for a while. And if that's the case, it's going to be a scramble for who's already in there. So why not just grab Laporta and stabilize the position for at least 4 to 6 years?
Okay.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from with that. I don't know. I wouldn't feel comfortable giving up a first in any year. So, there was another question he had. Um, he's going for Josh Downs. He has Mike Evans, and he was thinking a third round pick. What do you guys think of that?
Wait, so Evans and a third for
Evans and a
Josh
third
Downs?
for Josh Downs. Or is he
Um,
spending too much?
that's way too much. Like I think you can make an argument. Like if you were to do this trade straight up, that the Josh Downs side should also give a pick because Mike Evans has been playing that good. And
Yeah.
while Downs is good, I have some major dynasty reservations about him. Largely at the fact that it's Gardner Minshew throwing him the ball and not Anthony Richardson. The one thing
I think
Downs
look at the
has
start of
going
the
for
year
him,
when Pittman was everything and the only thing for Richardson.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. But let me look at. I mean, I'm going to try and look at Josh Downs. But literally, if we're looking at his stats didn't rise until Minshew started, which
Yeah.
makes me worried for next year. But on the other hand, I don't think they're going to run the ball with Anthony Richardson as much as they want next year.
Mhm.
I
Largely
think
because
Loki
it's
is going to
going,
be huge next year.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if you're wanting Josh Downs and you want to get younger and you have Mike Evans, I don't think you need the third round pick. I think you actually might be able to ask for a third to fifth round pick plus Downs for Mike Evans.
Gotcha.
But at the same
Okay.
time, if you really think he's going to be that good, if you really believe in Josh Downs,
Yeah.
pay it and just secure it. Because it goes
Yeah.
back to
Okay.
our
That
trade
too.
with me and you, Josh, when I got ETN, because I knew
Yep.
what ETN was going to be. And I was like, I'm willing to sacrifice Lamar to get something that I know is going to be that good.
And, I mean, I'll take it to the other side. I sacrificed ETN because I knew what Lamar could do. So,
Yeah.
like, as much as you want to hold the assets and you want to try and win every trade as possible, eventually you have to kind of understand your mindset of
Yeah.
You just have to believe in
is
something.
is this the clear and obvious upgrade you believe it to be? Because if it's
Yeah.
not, don't stop the trade right now. There's no reason to trade. But if you think that Josh Downs, especially within the rest of the season and next year, is going to be better than Mike Evans, by all means, strike while the iron's hot.
I do think I would
Mhm.
trade Mike Evans for Josh Downs, though.
Yeah,
I
but
would.
you think giving
Yeah.
the third is too much, right?
Yeah, I think giving a third is too much. If it were me, I'd probably try and do it straight up. I don't know that I would ask for a pick because I'd just try and get the deal done because that's a good dude that I can have for the rest of this year and then, kind of
Yeah.
hope and pray that it continues on to next year. But yeah, I'd
That's
probably
fair.
Yeah.
have him straight up.
Well,
But if you're
okay.
a die Downs, I would pay the third round pick too.
Mhm.
That's
Okay.
fair because I think he's shown. I mean, this wide receiver class. I think JSN is showing improvement. Zay Flowers has already shown some consistent work. But then you also have to add Puka, Josh Downs along that list too. This is
Yeah.
becoming a pretty solid group.
And Rasheed Rice.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent
Rasheed
decent
Rice,
wide
thank you. I
receiver
knew I was missing one.
class. Okay, I have one more short one. It's kind of going off of the ETN conversation. Bijan Robinson and a 24 first for ETN.
Yeah.
Which side wins?
I would take the ETN side, but if so, all
So,
right. So,
okay, to give you context, give you a
okay.
little context.
Okay.
This is a contender that
Mhm.
has ETN. That is somebody sent them a trade. Why put a veil over it? Somebody sent me a trade. I have ETN, and they want to give me Bijan in a 24 first. Now this is another contender that is asking for ETN.
Man, oh man.
I know. Literally, it's been sitting in my trades area of Sleeper for the last 10 days because I can't decide what I want to do.
Okay,
I'd rather have
Ryan,
ETN because here's ETN's schedule, and then I want you to go ahead, Josh. But he has
Yeah.
Baltimore, Tampa Bay, and Carolina. Those are very winnable matchups for ETN.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, you're gonna hate me for saying this. I actually think I slightly edge the Bijan first round side. I think if it was a 25 first, I would go ETN, but a 24 first, so you're getting two immediate like resources. And while ETN
Yeah.
is, I think, clearly running back two right now, we all still had Paijan as a top 10 running back. So,
Yeah.
and I think with Ritter, we were having serious concerns about what's going to happen with Paijan. But if
I
we
think
truly
Heineke
believe that,
clears up Bajan, yeah.
I think Heineke really raises Paijan's floor. And if that's the case, I think the difference is going to be marginal to where that 24 first is going to look very nice. As say that becomes like an Amika Ekubaka, I believe that's how you say his name, the other Ohio State receiver, or Blake Corum, the Michigan running back, or even another quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's an immediate asset to where also you can throw a 24 first to go get someone from a losing team and immediately grab another player. So I think being able to parlay that first into something else is what makes me slightly lean the Bijan side.
Yeah, and see, I'm going for the ship this year, but
Yeah.
I gotta say, my team is an absolute beast, and I'm I feel like I'm a lock for at least a second round entry into the playoffs. So I I really want to trade away ETN while I can get Bijan and a first for it. That's high value. So I don't know. I'm going back and forth on it.
I would still tell him, give me your like absolute best offer to
Yeah.
see if you because anything on top of the first, I
Yeah.
think it's an insta yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you
Well,
think it's pretty
yeah.
even right now, you would say, Ethan?
Yeah, I
That's
think
fair. That's
it's
fair.
fairly even.
For a right now. If I was in a rebuild, I would take this in a heartbeat just
Yeah,
because of that first round.
Yeah.
But since I'm contending and ETN is just on fire right now,
and he
it's
still has a good
hard. Yeah, and he still has a good schedule. Well, I mean, so does Bijan too. But
Yeah. I would
I'm
say
just
Bijan's schedule might
Well,
be a
I'm
little bit
saying you
better.
already know
yeah,
about ETN. Bijan has had
yeah,
some up and down. You know ETN has it.
Yeah.
He has a good schedule.
yeah,
Like,
And he
you know,
has like an 80% snap percentage right now or something
yeah,
right.
insane to
Well,
that
also
point.
here, for example, so after the bye, they have San Fran, but San Fran's proven they will give up points to running backs. Then they have
yeah,
Tennessee. Tennessee is a bad defense. They just caught Atlanta slipping. Then they have Houston. Houston is a bad defense against running backs. Then they have Cincy. Cincy is a bad defense against running backs. Then they have Cleveland,
yeah,
who over these past few weeks have shown that they can give up a lot of points to running backs. And same thing with Baltimore. And then Tampa Bay and
Yeah.
Carolina have proven that they aren't as good at defense as we originally thought they were
So
going to be.
the schedule is there for both, to be honest with you.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's why I
100%.
think the first round pick and being able to parlay that into something else is why I would say, okay, you are getting the dip from Etienne to Bijan, but with Heineke, how big is that dip
yeah,
even to begin with? I think if Desmond Ritter was still the quarterback, the Etienne side, keep the Etienne, keep the church.
yeah.
But because they made the switch to Heineke,
Mhm.
I think it can't be understated like how much Heineke helps Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and
Yeah.
Bijan.
Okay. So with that in mind, I only take a little bit more of your time, okay? With that in mind,
Right?
I I'm sorry, I'm really trying to
Sorry.
have you guys help me decide on
I'm
this.
sorry. I'm only going to take a
But
little bit more of your time, but have you ever heard of this life insurance?
have you ever heard of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? No. Um,
What did
okay.
you do?
These are the running backs on my team currently. JT, Gibbs, and Jacobs, other than ETN. And I have an all-star monster squad as my wide receiving core. So I don't have to worry about them filling up my flex. But I just need to fill the two running back spots on my team. So with that in mind, does that change anything?
I mean, move. Okay. I don't think you're going to start Jacobs. I think Gibbs could be an immediate start, and then I think having JT really helps. But then one of those slots is going to be Bijan anyway. So
It's probably going to be Bijan and JT if you make the trade.
yeah, Bijan, JT, and then Gibbs in the flex. And that's if you want to go with 3 running backs.
I don't know. With that running back room, I'd rather have ETN because I don't want to take a dip when, that running back room is basically the running back room I have right now, and it's kind of up and down.
Yeah.
But ETN is
I think you
and
would
that's
have to
been
have
my one saving grace the last couple of weeks is ETN. So
yeah, I mean,
ETN wins games and Bijan.
I think
at this point,
I think if you want to win for the future, take the Bijan in the first. But if you are just all in on this year, keep ETN and hold that trade until after the season.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh yeah,
All right.
hold it, and then as soon as the off season hits, just go boop.
Except,
bro, he hasn't canceled it, so
that would be a massive win for you, Ryan.
Oh God, I'd feel like such a dick doing that though. God,
no,
we'll see.
We'll see. Remember this?
Remember that trade you made?
Yeah. Imagine it's y'all two for the championship, and then you just plant your championship trophy right in front of him with the trade. Except,
oh jeez.
Thank you for the future. That has been the episode.
Josh,
where are we?
Those are the intrusive thoughts that I have to keep from listening to.
The demons.
It's you guys. You guys are the intrusive thoughts.
Do it, Ryan. You know you want to.
Ryan, I hope you know that it's not like me and Ethan are like your angel and demon on your shoulder. We are just like 2 demons on the shoulder. Yeah, we are. We are both terrible for it.
Winning is the only thing that matters around here.
If you ain't first, you last.
Exactly. Shake and bake, Ryan.
Yeah.
So,
you want to win, or do you want to be the first loser?
I will take all of that into consideration. But